neurofeedback today. Went well. We talked about the 5-day fasting mimicking diet. There is a company called Prolon that I had read the book that Steve had recommended to me, The Angel and the Assassin, about the microglia element of mental health and how that's like a newer way of looking at things. And I really enjoyed the book. And it talked about neurofeedback. It talked about different types of therapy. And one of the things it talked about was this fasting mimicking diet. It's a 5-day thing that you do in a month. Within the month, you choose 5 days and you do it. And it's supposed to help a lot of things physically, but also mentally. So, gonna give it a whirl. Day after 4th of July, I'm gonna start my 5-day thing of it, because we're having a girls' trip, my friend and I, over the weekend before 4th of July. So we have some yummy restaurants and things to attend, so I'm not gonna worry anything about that. But today's session was good in that I felt better equipped when I'm so with eyes closed, I have the headphones on, sensors are attached, and I'm just sitting there doing my best to relax, which I'm realizing more and more probably has always been incredibly difficult for me, but it's just something that I'm aware of now. I want to relax. I want to feel calm and at ease, but my brain will just go. I saw this thing online where it was like, and it just spoke to me. I was like, nice to know I'm not the only one, but I hate that this is something that other people deal with too. You try to lay down to go to sleep, or you sit down to relax, and your brain all of a sudden is like, where's my birth certificate though? And I was like, yeah, that kind of like random ridiculousness will pop into my head, and it's like, well, that's not relevant or pertinent right now. What? So I am working on it. I'm getting better at when those thoughts, when everything just like about later in the day, or about what's happening with this, or I need to schedule that thing, or that reminds me of this, and then you kind of go down that rabbit hole. I really am getting better at the ability to acknowledge that that's what's happening, for one, but then also in that moment bring it back to something sensory, like in a grounding way, where specifically in neurofeedback it becomes coming back to my breath, which feels very like meditative and yoga-y, where the thought is like, okay, but I need to come back here, I need to be in the present, trying to just bring my focus back there. So it's definitely something that's taking practice. It is taking some work. But Steve had said even toward the second half of session, not like just the tail end of it, but like the second half of it, I was getting my alpha up higher where it's supposed to be, which is great news, because that's been one of the main things I've been trying to do. Be able to have that kind of ebb and flow of the alpha theta, which has been a struggle for me thus far. So knowing that like it's having a benefit. And then also he was saying, so the metric there where it's gauging, he's like, it's akin to having all of the tabs open constantly on your computer. Lots of tabs open, and they're always running. All of your apps on your phone are open, and they're always running. That's like my brain, because I'm constantly processing. There's always something going on, and it's like I just want to be able to calm those things down, to quiet that part, so that I can live in the present, live in the moment, let go, surrender, release, be calm and peaceful, find that peace of serenity. So it's like it all very much centers around the crux of what I've been trying to do and working really hard at, and trying to do something that I'm not working hard at because can't overwork it. So that's I'm not deluding myself to think there's some sort of like magic elixir or like a moment that's just going to happen. where I feel like I can harness that, right? It's this cumulative process of going and working. Like Steve goes, little bit by little bit, you're learning, little bit by little bit. So like this upcoming week, I'm not going to be there because we're going to be at the lake for after 4th of July. We're going to be there for a couple days, and I just feel very seen. A lot of times he's like, okay, so in that case where you're going to be, he's like, I just want you to let yourself focus on what's the moment, like what's happening, and like, wow, what a beautiful sunset. Don't be like, oh yeah, but then I got to get a picture and I have to do, look at the sunset, like be there in that moment, right? So I think it's just that, because that's me. Not only do I want the real moment of it, I want to like also capture it so that I can look back at it later, and then also like, but also just live it, just live the moment. So I have some, relaxy practice to do, and I've got sit for 5 minutes in a chair and do nothing with your eyes closed. Like just sit, just be, just exist. And it's in those practice times that I need, that it will, again, cumulatively kind of create the practice that my brain needs in order to be able to harness that and be able to do it. So anyway, feeling good. No neurofeedback next week, but then the following week I'll be back at it.